Hello, sunshines. Welcome to Bunnyfish Crafts. I'm your host, Heather, known as Bunnyfish on Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, TikTok. If there's a bunnyfish, it's probably me. How are you? How is it the middle of January already? I feel so unprepared at this moment, but I just want to jump in really quick and invite you to maybe partake in a thing with me. So, if you were here last year, you may have seen my video for NaNoWriMo where I totally freaked out about the whole thing. I'm going to keep this one short this year, but I will link that one so you can see my whole freak out about NaNoWriMo. Basically, what that means is International Correspondence Writing Month. So, for the month of February, the idea is to write a letter, a note, a message, but actually write it handwritten, and then mail it or deliver it in person. Because, getting a little handwritten something is really, really nice. So, I have a bunch of pen pals who, depending on if I get a letter from them, I will be writing them back a letter, or if I don't get a letter from them, they'll be getting postcards. All right, so I have several, but I don't have 29 because it's a leap year this year. I don't have 29. So, if you would like to get something handwritten in the mail from me, down below there's a Google form. You can fill it out. There are a couple options. You can get a postcard, which is you can write back or not if I send you a postcard. Totally cool. I could send you a card. Something short. Just a little, maybe a paragraph instead of what you can fit on a postcard. Again, don't necessarily need a response to a card. Or you can pick the letter option. If you pick the letter option, please have the intent to write me back. I get it. Things happen in life and unforeseeable things. Unforeseeable. And you might intend to write me back and then you just can't. That's okay. I'm not going to be mad. Just please, if I'm going to sit down, take my time to actually write a page, 2 pages, 3 pages. I write really long letters sometimes. If I'm going to sit down and write you a letter, please have the intent to write me back. And don't feel caveat, don't feel like that has to be immediate. Some of my pen pals, I have pen pals who we write just short little things. And so once a month-ish, we might exchange just a little correspondence oh, this is what I'm reading this month. This is, a thing that happened this month. Just something short. Doesn't take very long to write. Some of my pen pals, we write letters, okay? It takes days, maybe a couple weeks to write out the whole letter because, life happens, but it's pages. And so those pen pals, that's more like a once a quarter type letter, maybe once every 6 months type letter. So I'm not asking you to I'm not asking you to make that kind of commitment. I'm just saying that if you get a letter and then you don't write me back for 6 months or maybe next February, no worries. No worries. I just like getting mail. So don't feel oh, I forgot to write back. Now it's too late. It's absolutely not. It's absolutely the perfect time to still write me back. So anyway, the Google form will have the options. It'll walk you through. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. I'll have pictures of things because I have a few options for postcards and cards. If I'm writing you a letter, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. I do have some really cool fairy paper. That's what I'm going to start writing letters on, but once that's gone, it's gone. And I'll be using notebook paper from journals that I have extra paper in. That's what I like to do. That's what I like to do. Sometimes I like to use old planners. Like, I have some planners that I started that I just stopped using a month in or something. So you might get random planner paper. If you would prefer something like that, like really like weird paper, let me know that too. Because I actually really, I like when other people use old notebook paper and the paper itself has a story. So if you want that, you can, there's somewhere where I think you can add, for the letter specifically, you can add a short answer in there somewhere. If you would like a letter or even a card, maybe, or a postcard, I guess, for any of those, if you would like to give me a prompt, I would appreciate that because it gives me something to write. Otherwise, I feel like things just become I hope you're having a great day. How's winter treating you? Things are going blah, blah, blah here. This is what I'm working on. This is what I'm reading, which is fine. I'll write that letter for you. But, maybe you have a question or something. Like some sort of prompt. I would appreciate that. If you have any further questions, I know this has been kind of all over the place. I didn't write anything down. I just blew. Go ahead and put them in the comments below. If you see this after the 1st of February and you are interested, I'll be checking through the Google form throughout the month of February and writing something every day during February. So maybe it might be you. And if you don't, like, if you're seeing this in June or something, my email address is down below too. So you could just send me an email and be like, hey, I missed it this year. Remind me next February. Or you can just put your information in that email and I will send you a letter in February. Like, I always do IncoWrimo. I love it. And I have a list of things to write from last February. I literally... Do you want a funny story? I know I said I was going to keep this short. I thought I was. So my best friend and I, we had all of these plans for things we were going to do last summer, including not working. And then you know what we did? We worked all summer and we were busy and we didn't get to do all the fun things we wanted to do. So I wrote her a letter last year that I told her I wasn't sending her until February of all of the things that we wanted to do this year or last year that we're going to do this year. So I'll just do a similar thing for you. I'll put your information in the back of this year's planner so it transfers to next year's planner so that I can write to you next February. Okay. Anyway, I will hopefully be writing you soon. And I will talk to you soon. I hope you have a really great rest of your January or whatever month you're in. And I hope that you're getting some of what you need. All right. Bye for now, friends.